Yes.
When they challenged each other. And then Noah Lyles recently did this, and he held a little sign that said Tyreek never could. And this weekend, Tyreek ran a race with a GoPro on, and then he wrote Noah could never. And then they were going to race, remember, but
in Times Square?
It got canceled. I don't know if it was logistical.
Noah canceled.
Yeah, Noah canceled.
But I don't think he canceled. I thought it was a logistical.
Personal reason.
No, he said personal reasons. He backed out.
Did we put up the tweet, Dust? Do we have the Homer Simpson tweet?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Then Tyreek Hill, who, mind you, is a wide receiver for the Dolphins.
That's one of his many jobs.
Said after seeing me run the 100-meter last weekend, it's the Homer Simpson, but it's Noah Lyles going into the bushes.
Yeah, that's right.
This makes me long for the days of Trey Hendrickson contract coverage, but your reaction to all of this?
Noah Lyles just keeps yapping and not backing it up. And you can say it all started with the Tyreek could never. That's not where it started. It started when Noah Lyles took a shot across the bow at every major American team sport athlete. When he was like, you're not world champions. How do we know that whoever the Super Bowl champion of that year was, probably the Chiefs, that they would beat Paraguay in football?
Really, yeah, it's not really
how do we know?
Basketball, really.
How do we know that the Oklahoma City Thunder would beat Real Madrid? We don't know. So that's when he started it. And then he went to Paris and said he was going to do the Usain Bolt double, and then he came in third in the 200 and then said his asthma was bothering him, and then said he was going to race Tyreek. And in the story where he talked about backing out, he said, nobody thought we were really going to do it. None of my people thought we were really going to do it. And then he's not doing it. And so listen.
Are you saying he's scared?
I don't know. I know that there was doubt whether or not he was really going to do it. He said there was doubt whether or not he was really going to do it. They set up Times Square for him to do it. Tyreek showed he can still run a 10-1, and now they're not doing it. I know that. I don't know why
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Noah Lyles is not shuddering because Tyreek Hill ran a 10-1. A 10-1 is great for an NFL wide receiver.
Correct.
For a world-class sprinter, you're slow. All right? I mean, Noah Lyles' best time in the 100 is 9.7.
9.79, right?
9.79.
Yeah.
9.7. 9.7, 8, 4, 5, or something like that.
9.79. 9.79 is what
I think it's 9.78. But it's not. It's 9.7. All right?
It's not.
Before I get to that, 9.7. Even if it's 9.8, it's still.
Yeah,
he is much faster. Now, I will say this. And look, for the record, his 60-meter, because they were going to do like a 50-yard dash, which is only a little better, more than a 40-yard sprint. Now, his best time in the 60 meters is 6'4", and Tyreek's is 6'6". But if I'm Noah Lyles, I would not race Tyreek in like a 50-yard dash.
Well, that's
because
you can lose.
Yeah, well, Noah's a notoriously slow starter.
That's my point. That's
when he won gold in Paris, he was like last place at 40 yards.
Yes.
So he should race Tyreek in a 100-meter
but
dash.
Tyreek doesn't think he can beat him in the 100.
Of course he can.
But if I'm Noah, I'm not. Why would I? If I wasn't a slow starter,
why did he agree to it? Tyreek didn't just show up.
And I do think he beat him in 60.
Okay, maybe.
But still, I wouldn't even risk it. I got nothing to gain by beating the wide receiver.
Hold on.
Correct.
We running 100 if you want to race.
But that's literally not what they agreed to. They said, let's race. Okay, how far? 50 sound good? Yep. Where do you want to do it? New York. Okay, where? Times Square. When? This weekend. Yes, 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 yes. All of it was agreed to, and now he's not doing it. And so I agree with you that Tyreek Hill would not beat the reigning gold medalist in the 100 meters. I don't think Tyreek could have. Right, exactly. I don't think he could have been like, I think I'm going to go win the gold in Paris. I don't think that's the case. And even though he was a chief legend, I think the audience knows it's not like I'm some diehard Tyreek Hill stan or fan or even really like the way he's handled himself the last few years. Fair is fair. I do think he could have won the race because I do think that like you were saying, over those 50 yards, maybe. I do think he could have won the race. I also think Noah Lyles has done a lot to try to be a crossover track star, which is very, very difficult. And in my opinion, a lot of it has been talking and not as much backing it up. And I don't know why you're
Noah Lyles is driving me crazy.
Noah Lyles is.
Noah Lyles.
Okay.
Oh, I thought. Oh.
Noah Lyles, I'm sure, employs a nutritionist. I'm sure he employs a trainer. I am not sure he employs a publicist. If you win a track and field gold medal, America loves you.
Yes.
You get legendary Carl Lewis, Michael Johnson status. We love you. Noah Lyles somehow came out of this like, what if people didn't love me? What if I became the villain? And it's a constant, steady drumbeat of missteps, no pun intended, on chasing fame or clout. Just hire a publicist, come up with a new plan because this isn't working. You should be famous, and I'm not a publicist, but here's an idea. Me and Tyreek have decided to bury the hatchet. Everyone likes that. Oh, look at this. Drake brought out Meek Mill. We like that stuff. We like when beefs simmer down. We'll challenge any combination of any two human beings on planet Earth. Great. Sounds great. Now we're all happy and winning. But this constant struggle and angst is not good for Noah Lyles or American track, which all of a sudden I'm invested in.
Well,
so maybe it is working.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I hear you, and you're making a lot of sense. But will we be talking about Noah Lyles any other way?
Do something clever.
Track and field, unfortunately, in our country is not what it used to be. And I don't know if just winning the 100 meters makes you it certainly doesn't make you as beloved as it used to when it was Carl Lewis and Michael Johnson.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know about that because even Bolt wasn't American, and he was beloved.
Well, he was so.
Now, but also that might also be
great,
because he's looked at as the greatest,
the GOAT,
greatest of all time, and he did the triple, which is
he was just so different,
incomprehensible. But the fact that an American won the gold at the 100. You're 100% right. And people are going to get mad at me for this, but it's true. Because we were in the office. It's un-American, I guess. I was rooting against him in the 200. I was already like, I don't want this. Like,
because of the world champion stuff.
Yes, because the world champion stuff and kind of all of it.
He wasn't wrong.
And
he wasn't wrong.
But he just kind of, it just fumbled out.
But then I don't know, man.
It just shows, I mean, that's just the kind of the guy.
He's saying, I am the best in the world. I'm the fastest in the world.
And I gotta be honest. He was definitely not right. He wasn't talking about football. Hardly anybody else plays American football. Basketball.
Brou, Oklahoma City would beat any team from any other league.
Okay.
You don't think so?
I think so, but I don't know so. I'm serious. Other countries are dominating us in basketball
but that's
now.
Not who we would be playing. We wouldn't be playing.
We barely beat Serbia.
Brou, but that's not who we'd be playing. That's not what it would be.
I know. It would be other teams from the best teams in the other leagues.
Cup.
Like eventually, and it could be decades from now, but they're going to have a real world championship to determine who is the best team in the world. The NBA, best team in the NBA won't necessarily be the best team in the world.
Well, but it is right now. But I don't know what.
I know when they used to play the exhibitions, occasionally those teams beat the NBA team. Now it was exhibitions in the preseason.
If the talent gets dispersed more.
But that's really a statement on.
NBA has all the talent.
That's a statement on like the NBA. There is not.
I'm just saying there are other competitive leagues, and I believe the best team in the world is the NBA. I believe that with 100% of my heart. But I'm just saying there are other leagues out there where you could play.
Josh.
I mean,
get Brou a Real Madrid.
Wrong. No, I think I would take
Madrid
OKC
better than the Charlotte
or
Hornets.
Naptown.
Josh,
than the Charlotte.
Well,
no, because there's nobody. There might be 5 people in the world that are good enough to play in the NBA that are like, I don't want to.
You wouldn't have thought the 7 straight MVPs would have been international.
But
what makes a carnival vacation fun? A little bit of everything for everyone. Like